Hello everyone, my name is Lucas Hyland and today we are going to be reacting to the Nintendo Direct Mini. I honestly don't know what to expect from it, but I'm a huge Nintendo fan, although most of the games I play are Pokemon games when it comes to Nintendo. But let's get right to it. Let's see what they're bringing us. Today is the 28th of June 2022. So let's see what they are bringing us here in a computer right now. Right, so please note that due to COVID-19 release dates and other information present on this video are subject to change. Right, so they are still being affected by the COVID delays that are just normal nowadays and understandable too. Let me just not crap up the video this time because the last video I noticed I did something wrong. So now here in this channel, microphone to set all to 0. Nintendo Direct Mini. Honestly, I don't even know what's the difference between a Nintendo Direct and a Nintendo Direct Mini. Is it because the event is shorter? Maybe? No. Partner showcase.
When mankind is consumed by darkness and the land falls into chaos,
it looks like on Final Fantasy War of Lions, like
rise from the earth.
They come rushing here in a desperate attempt to survive. Both beast and man have more in common than they think.
Ooh, that's probably not the graphics on the Nintendo Switch. Though it's not that good.
Brace yourself!
I honestly don't enjoy that much these kinds of games where are just fighting against big monsters. I know that I should try it more. Look at the size of this sword. Oh my god. What is he trying to kill with this? Okay, this is a monster, but can you even imagine this the weight of this sword? And look at this bow. I just it seems to me so ridiculous, the size of the equipment, like the weapons in some of these kinds of games, the JRPGs. They just like the Sora's sword, it's just ginormous. Why so much ignorance? Look at the animation of this guy running. I think it's the worst running animation I ever seen. It's clearly someone running like towards a Big Mac or something like this.
Wandering flames shall feed the beast and return to darkness. The story ends. Another begins.
Okay, we can understand that every monster are going to be shouting all the time. What a weird change of mood. I'm not even remotely interested in this game.
Remember what you're fighting for! No dilly-dallying from you! Let's have some fun! Here it comes! Fear my strength!
And still, I can't even imagine what game this is. So confusing. Okay, no, King Kong versus Godzilla like vibes. Monster Hunter, right? Okay. I feel so dumb right now. How didn't I see Monster Hunter coming? Honestly, I have zero interest in this game because of all the world created around it, the extremely huge weapons like that weird sword we saw previously. In my opinion, I accept almost any kind of fantasy inside of a game, but it needs to have some effort from the developers to make everything inside of the game incredible. Can you imagine like Horizon Zero Dawn and the new Horizon game? I don't remember the end of the name of the game now, but can you imagine the pitch meeting of this game? We are going to make a dinosaur games. No, we are going to make a robot games. No, we are going to make a freaking game of robot giant dinosaurs. If someone told me that they are going to build a dinosaur robot game, I would definitely not know how to make a good game out of that. And Guerrilla Games just managed to make a masterpiece of game with a so weird briefing, and they managed to make a masterpiece out of that because every small aspect inside of the game are very credible. It's very credible. Everything that you see there, you can believe that could happen in a very dystopic and very futuristic scenario. You can believe that those things could happen if something went extremely wrong. But I don't see this here. I don't see how a human being or any kind of humanoid with that size can lift a sword that would probably weigh, sorry Americans, but it would probably weigh around 300 kilograms just with one hand, and still having balance and still having the weight to swing it over there and try to kill a monster with that. So for me, it's out of the limits to make a fantasy where you just don't care about physics, you don't care about how it connects to the real world. So for me, it's not how far from the reality it is, it's how well connected to the reality it is, even if you have the most ridiculous combinations in a game like Horizon has. Is it free title? Did I read it right? Free title update 1. So is it free update or is the free title? I think it's a free update, yeah. It's like a DLC or something. I'm just bored right now, yeah. Monster Hunter Rise, at least Rise, I have zero interest in this. I have some interest to play the last 2 Monster Hunter games, but still not enough for me. Yeah, I didn't like it. Okay, it could come on June 3rd, 30th, 2060. I wouldn't mind. It looks like just so PS2 banners here. This looks like a Dynasty Warrior PS2 banner. I really didn't enjoy this. Sorry, Nintendo. Yeah.
Hello,
Nintendo
everyone.
Direct Mini.
Welcome to
Hello.
today's Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase.
Thank you.
In this presentation, we'll be focusing on Nintendo Switch games launching this year from our publishing and development partners.
Awesome.
Let's get into the headlines. The battle to reclaim Earth begins.
Okay. I didn't know we have even lost
The year
it.
is 5012 AD. Machine lifeforms have overwhelmed the planet, causing the collapse of civilization and forcing humans to take refuge on the moon. Now, with an android squad called Yorha, the humans are prepared to stand against these machine lifeform invaders.
Okay. Is this the actual
A battle
NieR Automata game? I don't know. I know that it had very good reviews and so.
are 2 key members of this squad. Machine lifeforms in conflict with androids.
More of the same.
What will come of this bloodless
More
battle?
of the same. Japanese naked people.
This version of the award-winning NieR Automata comes with previously released content, including additional modes and costumes.
Wait, I have NieR Automata. It's so hard to say this name, at least for a non-English speaker like me. I mean, I can speak English, as you know, right, by now, very poorly. Sorry, but for a non-native English speaker like me, Automata is not easy to say word.
New costumes exclusive to the Nintendo Switch version will also be available at launch.
Look, the ghost from Pac-Man.
Reclaim Earth in NieR Automata, the End of Yorha edition, launching on the Nintendo Switch system October 6th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Okay, I won't pay to play it. Yeah, sorry. 5 minutes of video in the Nintendo Direct Mini, and so far, not a very good one. Not something that, not a single game that I would want to play. Some horror game coming to Nintendo Switch, because this is the vibe that I'm feeling here. A murder mystery. A place of memories.
Get ready to immerse yourself in surreal riddles and a chilling story in this modern take on puzzle adventure games.
Okay, my grandmother would love to play this game.
Solve the enigma of Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, launching first for consoles on Nintendo Switch next year.
Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. All right, not interested to. This is going to be a very boring video. Classics. Wait, what? Bomberman.
A new Bomberman game is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Right.
A bombastic new mode called Castle Mode.
Bombastic.
A team of up to 15 players must blast their way to treasure chests, while one defending player tries to hold them off. Set up your defense wisely to blow away opponents. Literally. You can also create and share your own battle stages. Have a blast when Super Bomberman R2 launches on Nintendo.
I don't know. I feel that some kind of games, they are just outdated by design. I mean, when you started to play Bomberman when we were kids in the PlayStation 1 and before eras, Bomberman was something that was very cool, because we didn't have, we never had an experience like Bomberman. But since it's something that's so old and still looking the same, it's hard to play a game that's that old in terms of design and gameplay, because we can compare it to, for example, the Pokemon franchise, where in 2022, if we compare it to the games in the early 2000s or the 1990s, the games are completely different nowadays. Okay, that until the last 3DS games, it was very similar, but still there are so many things that were kind of different. And this is the reason why I think that there are the Gen 1ers, people who only play the Gen 1, 2, and 3 probably, from Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green until probably the remake of Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's because the game started to be too similar. So I think that everybody who likes Pokemon played those first games until the Game Boy Advance epoch. I look like a node person speaking here. The Nintendo Game Boy times. And after that, I think that they lost a lot of players because of the Nintendo 3DS games. The 3DS games, they were too similar. I'm for the first time playing Pokemon Platinum. I love Pokemon, but I stopped playing after the Fire Red and Leaf Green. Then I came back when I bought my Nintendo Switch. And when I started playing Pokemon Sword, sorry. So when I started playing Pokemon Sword, there was one thing that I realized. I didn't know so many Pokemons, like so many Pokemon that I never came across in the previous generations, because the most recent Pokemon I knew was like Zigzagoon and Poochyena and Mightyena and so on from the Gen 3 or 4. I think it's in, let me check here. It's the third generation. So I stopped when I was a kid in the third generation. So all the Pokemon between the third generation and Sword and Shield, I didn't know. So I thought that it would be a good idea to purchase the old Nintendo consoles that you can see. I have a Nintendo DS here now. This is the DS Lite. And I also purchased a 3DS XL so I could experiment the new Pokemon games. And when I get back to the Pokemon Sword and Shield, I could play it more updated to the game. But unfortunately, I asked my wife to play with me, but she plays so slowly because she doesn't play as much as I do. So we ended up playing the entire Pokemon Legends Arceus. So now I'm playing the most recent game at the same time that I'm playing the retro games. It's a bit confusing, but I'm getting more used to the new Pokemon since the Diamond and Pearl generation. And I feel that Bomberman here, it's a game that honestly, it doesn't look like it has the needed update to be interesting in 2022. I'm watching this and I don't feel any interest in the game.
10 Megaman Battle Network games, originally released on the Game Boy Advance system, are coming to
yeah.
Nintendo Switch.
The Mega Man games were so cool.
Combat and use battle chips to gain devastating abilities. This collection includes a gallery with over 1,000 illustrations and a music mode containing over 150 songs.
It's all about nostalgia. Nostalgic feeling, I don't know. Nostalgia. Let me see how to pronounce this freaking word. My English today is the worst. I think it's nostalgia. In Portuguese, it's nostalgia. It's nostalgia, yeah. So this game is all about nostalgia.
Will also be digitally available as Volume 1 and Volume 2, each sold
Alright.
separately.
Cool.
A remake
Very
of
welcome.
Pac-Man World is coming soon.
Can you see the difference between the Bomberman and the Pac-Man here, the update? You can compare both of them.
Ghost Island. Eating dots.
This is the kind of difference we are looking for.
Trounce enemies with pack dots. The Rev Roll.
But it's more like a robots playroom as a robots game than or a Crash game than it is
All
actual
sorts of zany levels.
Pac-Man game. It lost its magic too.
World Re-Pac. Launching on Nintendo Switch.
So uninteresting. So uninteresting.
Two unlikely friends. One incredible journey.
At least this one looks cute.
Wolf cub must work together to find.
I have to stop here and say that I love when people mix both 2D animation, 2D techniques of drawing, animation, and world creation, game creation with 3D in animation too. Because if you watch Arcane and you stop in absolutely any frame of this series, it looks like a digital painting, but actually almost everything was created with a mixed technique of 2D and 3D, just as we can see in this game here that I forgot to read the name, but we pause the video and we can see it looks like a drawing. So yeah, it's very interesting how people are getting creative with the graphics, not just realistic.
Way home across the snowy wilderness in the handcrafted world of Blanc. In this
The game is beautiful.
These unlikely friends must coordinate and use their individual strengths to solve environmental puzzles and navigate through the frigid wilds. Blanc is a completely text-free story with local and online co-op play, so all players can enjoy it.
So beautiful. If someone dies in this game, I'm going to cry so much.
Unexpected bond in Blanc.
Love the design too. Wow.
Launching as a console exclusive on Nintendo's.
All right, so Blanc available in February 2023. It's probably an interesting game. It's the first one I felt any kind of interest until now. I love pirate games.
Adventure returns.
Deep in the Caribbean.
Like adrenaline or stale grog. I've been in enough scraps to fill a dozen scrapbooks. I've got stories about ships, fights, love, treasure, betrayal, and root beer. But how about one that has all of the above?
The voice of the narrator is killing this. You need a deep voice to make some punchy things. Even if you are making things for a child or for children, it's weird to see a guy speaking like this. It's very common to see, blah, blah, blah. Let's see some pirates. Ha, ha, ha. No, it's killing it.
My name is Guybrush3.
Make a pirate with a voice like this to narrate this trailer. This would be much cooler.
And this is a story about the time I finally found the secret of Monkey Island.
Ooh, I love the graphics. This Victorial looks of the game is excellent. It's probably not how the game looks like.
Guybrush3
A new adventure begins. I would love to see some gameplay here. I mean, I think this is not, I'm supposing this is not the gameplay. This looks so cool. This looks like a cartoon. Yeah, this one is, I would love, this one is my favorite until now. Secret waiting to be, I couldn't read. This looks insane. I'm loving it. The visuals is so cool. Return to the Monkey Island. Return to Monkey Island. Now with a pirate voice. Return to the Monkey Island. I don't know. I always laugh in the end of the sentences when I'm pretending to be a pirate. In 2022. Wait, didn't they say previously that they were going to just show the games that was going to be released in 2022? I mean this year? Because the last one, if I'm not mistaken, it's February 2023. Yeah, available February 2023. So they were lying in the beginning of the conference. So I see what you're doing. You're fake people.
Monkey around in Return to Monkey Island, launching first for consoles on Nintendo Switch this year.
So it's not going to be an exclusive. It's going to be first on Nintendo.
That was announced last June. Please take a look.
What's the game?
Mario and the Rabbids blast off for a galactic
Another Mario game.
Mario plus Rabbids game.
Okay. I never played a Mario in Rabbids game, but they look interesting. One thing that I found when I became a Nintendo fan, again, in the Nintendo Switch generation, is that the Mario and the Nintendo original are the most creative games nowadays. They focus purely in the gameplay. They focus on the fun, on the multiplayer. That's something that we are missing a lot. So whenever I have a PS5, I have PC games, I have all the consoles you can imagine, minus Xbox. I don't know. I never bought an Xbox before. Not because I hate them, because I love all video games, but honestly because I never felt so interested. I think it's more from habit, but I have a PlayStation 5 here in my house now and a Nintendo Switch, and whenever someone comes to visit me, my friends, I almost never play PlayStation 5 with them because all the games that are from the Nintendo Switch are much better to play with friends than the PlayStation games.
Universe of trouble when otherworldly enemies suddenly appear. Their goal? Take the energy possessed by sparks, these mysterious creatures.
No, don't take sparks.
Now, our heroes must set out to save
That
them.
rabbit with mustache is so cool.
A new adventure of epic proportions awaits.
You can see the games are thought to be multiplayer, and we are lacking this so much. An adventure to be played in multiplayer. At least it looks like
battle when you encounter an enemy.
turn-based. Okay, so
Before we
it doesn't.
begin-
It's not a multiplayer game, probably.
Here's something you ought to know. You can freely move around the battlefield as much as you'd like within your character's range before using their weapon. Pretty neat, huh?
Interesting
Let's start with
mechanics.
Mario. 3 enemies are in the way, so let's dash into one of them. Now select Rabbid Rosalina and have her dash into
Rabbid
another.
Rosalina.
Next, Rabbid Luigi.
It's confusing.
Dash. And now, Disruptor time! By using a dash first, then the weapon, 3 enemies were wiped out. With that,
Wow, you play so well.
back to Mario. Let's take out the other 2. Pew pew! That concludes his turn. Last but not least, Rabbid Rosalina. Team up with an ally
I would never get used to this name. Rabbid Rosalina.
and jump. Get positioned, then finish off with the Kaboomer.
Kaboomer.
Okay, our turn's over.
It's a weapon made for boomers.
And now, the enemy attacks. Be sure to take cover, and you might be safe.
Why can you walk whatever you want freely in your turn inside of your range, but your enemies can't? Looks like a game for kids, where the enemies are nerfed.
If you don't, it won't be pretty.
Oh,
All right, we've got the floor again. Dash toward the bomb. And if you chuck
Mario
it over,
jumping the rock like the
boom.
car jumping
That'll do
in movies.
The key to victory is how you assemble your team and navigate around the battlefield.
Okay, so it would be way more interesting if it was a game made to be played in multiplayer.
Mario plus
Wait, did I see it correctly? Bowser is playing with Mario?
Bowser? And he's joining the team? Mario
No, it's unacceptable. Unacceptable. I can't accept Mario and Bowser playing in the same team.
plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope rockets onto the Nintendo Switch system October 20th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. Check out Ubisoft's special showcase tomorrow for more details about Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of
It
Hope.
looks interesting, but it could be more interesting. I feel like we are going through lots of these situations.
We hope you're looking forward to the chaotic
recent
adventures
events.
of Mario and the Rabbids. Let's take
Mario
a look
and the
at more
Rabbids.
headlines. There's
Nintendo Switch, something for
Nintendo
everyone.
Switch. During a storm, young alchemist Noah crash lands in ancient ruins. The layout of these multi-layered ruins changes every time you enter them. Recruit allies called Lilliputs to
Confusing.
challenge the enemies lurking around every corner.
It looks like Grand Chase.
String together combos and perform powerful elemental
It
attacks.
looks like Grand Chase a lot.
Little Noah, Scion of Paradise, launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Today, alright? You have an announcement for today. Epic Games Railgrade.
Railgrade. You'll build railway systems to efficiently transport cargo.
This is like the dream of a 70s kid because everybody was playing with those toys, like the rail trains toys. And my father always told me, oh, when I was a kid, I wish I had the money to purchase a... My father doesn't speak like this, but he always wanted to play with one of those. And when you watch old movies, all you see kids playing with are those rail trains. So yeah, it's the game for the 70s guys.
To an industrial colony. Complete various tasks to prepare each shipment before it's delivered to its destination. Your strategies will change based on various factors, like the number and length of trains to run, which resources to acquire, and how to
Interesting.
transport
The game is
cargo
interesting.
from
I love
point A to
these
point B.
games where you have to build with an objective, with a goal.
This fall. Join aspiring game creator Kenta in a hand-drawn adventure to save the world in his latest creation, The Legend of Wright. Taking place in Kenta's notebook, this RPG spans over 200 pages, where you must draw, erase, solve puzzles, and even consult your
So it's a game inspired in Scrabble notes, right?
handy calculator
Or we have to write. This idea is taken.
every time you turn the page. RPG time, The Legend.
I mean, Scrabble notes are writing, not drawing. So it is not taken. But if you have, if you can't actually, I mean, can't you draw it? I don't know. But if you can't actually draw it, it's just like swiping your finger in the screen. It's not going to be interesting. It's probably a game for kids, as you can see from the visuals.
Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
Okay, not interested too.
Spin dash into a new zone.
Sonic game.
Latest action adventure kicks off on the vibrant Starfall Islands, home to a mysterious civilization.
So it's the child of Sonic and Zelda Breath of the Wild. Okay.
Through a vast open zone, taking full advantage of Sonic's speedy skills.
Who built that railroad there?
Chain together attacks to trigger combos and rack up damage.
More of the same.
Even deflect enemy attacks.
But it's looking interesting at
Acquire
least.
skills to bolster Sonic's arsenal of moves.
Okay.
You can also enter
So
a
Breath
special
of the
zone
Wild.
called
Oh my god.
cyberspace.
Okay, now it's not Breath of the Wild, definitely.
Supersonic speeds and grab keys to progress.
So not interesting.
On these strange islands. Sonic Frontiers dashes onto Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Can you please bring something interesting here? I'm getting tired.
Live magically alongside your Disney and Pixar friends.
What now?
Dreamlight Valley was once an idyllic land where Disney and Pixar characters lived in harmony until the forgetting turned this dream into
Donald Duck with Wally. So
nightmare. Now, it's up to you to help these iconic residents recover their lost memories and reveal the secrets that led you here. Bring the magic back to Dreamlight Valley in this mesmerizing life simulation adventure. Explore this land's many diverse realms and forge lasting friendships with heroes and villains alike.
for me, this is a desperate shot from Disney to sell some games to the people interested in nostalgic feelings, and at the same time to present the old characters like Mickey Mouse and the princesses and all the other characters from Disney to the neo kids. It's not working. It doesn't look cool at all. I feel that in the past, Disney used to make so much funny games that were not just made to sell. They were made to be actual good and funny games. And they were so creative, and the proof of this is that they created, for example, the Kingdom Hearts franchise. That's very cool. It's a very cool mix between the Disney world entirely, like Mickey Mouse and so on, with Final Fantasy. So it's very cool the way they mix that to create an actual game that would work as a game, and at the same time to keep the kids updated with the old characters from Disney. But this one is just, it looks like
Everyone you meet will have personal stories to
an amateur game. It looks so boring.
Exploring, giving them gifts, and performing other fun activities. In this world, you can be whoever you dream yourself to be.
You see Buzz Lightyear just randomly walking there, pointing to nowhere. Look here.
To be. Disney Dreamlight Valley launches on Nintendo Switch September 6th as an early access title.
It looks like a game that's going to flop 100%.
Take these adventures with you on the go.
All right, let's see.
Live Alive is coming alive on July 22nd.
Live Alive. All right, I already heard of this game. This isn't this game from the same developers of the Octopath Traveler. At least it looks are very similar. And I know this game is a remake or a continuation, I don't know, of Live Alive from the past consoles.
Featuring different protagonists, time periods, and gameplay await.
This looks exactly like Octopath Traveler. It's a good game. Gets boring in the end, but okay.
Imperial China, Twilight of Edo Japan, and The Distant Future will be available on Nintendo eShop later today.
Okay.
Save data from the demo can be transferred to the full game once purchased. Doraemon, Nobi, and their friends land on
Doraemon, alright.
and decide to help a new friend fulfill his dreams by farming. Plow the fields, harvest crops,
Oh, now you want more games like Stardew Valley.
Use Doraemon's secret gadgets to find
Creativity, please. We want more creative games. We want more different games, not more of the same. We are in 19 minutes inside of this video, and all I see is more of the same, more of the same, more of the same, with lots of games being presented. Okay, it's cool when you bring something old and updated, or when you present a retro version like the PlayStation 1 classics, the classic games. Are being able to play the classic games in the modern consoles is so cool. But when we are consistently seeing games that we feel that we already saw it, when I saw this guy in the farm, the first thing that I saw, that I thought was Stardew Valley. Again, it doesn't work like this. Please, let's not make the same mistake that we made in the past with World of Warcraft, with a Call of Duty, where all the other games were copies and spin-offs and games that were like my version of that specific game. I'm feeling like all the games that I saw today, most of them, unless those two that I said before that were actually interesting, I feel that all of them are just not interesting, because all of them I feel that I saw before. I feel that it's not adding anything to the gamer. They are just making games based, okay, that game sold very well, let's make another one that's very similar to the first one. Let's make another Call of Duty, another game, even if not from Activision. So supposing I'm creating a game, oh, Call of Duty sold very well, let me just create a game that looks like, feels like Call of Duty and try to sell it, because if it sold very much, I'm going to sell it very much too. The same happened with the world of the MMORPGs, with the event of the World of Warcraft, where all the games were based on World of Warcraft, and we lacked for so many years creativity inside of that type of games. And this is what I'm seeing here, just another ripoff of Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon.
by living with friends, eating delicious meals, and
it looks like a kid that Stardew Valley had with a Japanese guy who were interested in Doraemon at the same time with Animal Crossing. It's just weird. Doesn't look interesting at all.
You and a pal can build a ranch together. Doraemon, Story of
I never saw that before.
the Great Kingdom launches on the Nintendo Switch system this year.
Could
The world of Minecraft meets
Minecraft Legends.
Minecraft Legends.
This game actually looks interesting. Is that a Geodude there? It looks exactly like a Geodude.
Action strategy gameplay in Minecraft
Look here, it's Geodude.
Legends.
Oh no, it has legs, but it's inspired. It's a graveler.
By rich nature is invaded by enemies from another dimension. Team up with allies and fight against this monstrous force threatening the world. What secrets await in this new yet familiar universe?
Interesting that we can have more information about the looks, because we already saw the information that was published by the actual Minecraft presentation of the Minecraft Legends games, but now we can see a little more of the gameplay. So it's very interesting. Take a look.
Threatening the world. What secrets await in this new
This building system we saw too.
Minecraft Legends?
Those bases.
Nintendo Switch next year.
All right.
It's a treasure hunter's paradise. Two siblings dream of collecting grand treasures from around the world. Venture to the realm of Draconia.
Japanese games are so weird.
In this, Dragon
Looks like Dragon Ball
you'll recruit a variety
with
of
pirates.
well-mannered monsters to join you on a marvelous adventure.
Oh,
There-
it looks like Dragon Ball because the people who draw these characters were the same, right? It's from the Dragon Quest franchise.
Help. And with your trusty fortune finder,
Let me see who drew the Dragon Quest characters. Yeah, it's probably Akira Toriyama. Yep. Japanese artist. Dragon Quest. This is why it looks like Dragon Ball.
be a breeze. Monsters are perfect travel buddies for exploring this vast world. Bounce on a slime to reach high ledges, or dangle from a Draki to glide over gaping chasms. Support your monsters in battle as they fearlessly fend off foes.
Okay.
Bring your hard-earned haul back to your base and see how much it's worth. Collect more riches to expand your base and increase your treasure hunting level. X marks the spot when Dragon Quest Treasures launches on Nintendo Switch December 9th.
I feel that the Japanese games look like so confusing, so confusing. They try to add so many things at the same time in the screen, so many things happening at the same time. The splashes, the explosions, everything happening at the same time. It gets so confusing and uninteresting. It's difficult for me to like Japanese games, like these hardcore JRPGs and hardcore Japanese games. Although many of my favorite franchises like Castlevania, Pokemon, and many other are among my favorite games ever. So it's just a few, those that just don't care about the outside world outside of Japan. Confusing? Is this the conclusion? We're just mixing lots of things? What is this? Fire Emblem. Not interested. Sorry, I know that many people love Fire Emblem, but it's not my kind of game. No Man's Sky coming to... Is there a version of No Man's Sky? No Man's Sky to the Switch? No Man's Sky Switch. It looks like it's coming to the Switch. Cool. This is a game, one of those games that in the release, it was a piece of crap. Nobody liked it. But now they updated the game and they made something that's very interesting. But the hype already was gone when they fixed the game. But it's cool to see it in the Switch because it's impressive that the Switch can actually run No Man's Sky. Cool. Yeah. I'm excited for this. Focus Entertainment. This looks not something that would run in the PS5 for sure. PS5, the Switch. I don't know if I made this mistake before, but I'm referring to the Switch here. When you see me like checking for the time where it's going to end, it's because it's being boring.
Your participation is
Portal.
and required. There might even be cake.
Is it a new game or is it just the same game for another platform?
Will be available later today. I wanted to call it the Why Do You Keep Killing Me collection, but oh well. Let's get started, you monster.
Portal Companion Collection. Okay, so Portal is going to be available for the Nintendo Switch.
Fight and forge friendships in a new fantasy world.
Okay.
Welcome to Lethe, a peaceful village where seasons brightly color the environment. Your story begins here in this brand new life simulation RPG.
Okay.
Do a little far.
Can you see here? This is far different from Stardew Valley. Not just because of the graphics, but it has a different vibe to the game. And it's also very different from Animal Crossing. You feel that's different. You feel that's something not exactly the same. But let's see if they copy just the mechanics and let's see what they have to do here.
Cook and craft items. And trek through the fields to collect materials.
Weird. Okay, more Japanese stuff.
All while meeting townsfolk along the way. The seasons gently flow from spring, summer, fall, and winter.
The music is oddly similar to the music, the main song inside of A Tree of Savior. Like, very similar.
However, they will give way to the season of death.
It's like extremely similar.
Life is threatened. find a way to stop the season of death from wreaking havoc on your home.
Sure, this is interesting for someone. I can see that this game could be among the best inside of this presentation of Nintendo, but again, not my style too.
The fate of the village depends on you. Begin your new life in Harvestella, launching on Nintendo Switch November 4th.
Okay, this looks interesting. Not gonna play it, but not gonna lie, it doesn't look bad like the other games. What did he say?
Launching on Nintendo Switch November 4th. This next segment will be our last announcement. Please take a look.
I hope you stored the best for the end. Ooh. Oh, it's Persona.
Start!
It's Persona. For sure. Yeah, it's Persona.
Coming at ya!
You know that a game has a fantastic graphic design when someone who never played Persona before, like me, can recognize Persona just by one image. So this is props for them. The graphic design team of Persona are great. So if it's not Persona, it's a copy of Persona, and the team behind this game is screwing up, but let's see.
I'm Morgana, reigning ace of the Phantom Thieves of Hearts. And today,
I'm Morgana.
an ultra top secret video. I hope you're ready.
On October 21st, 2022, we will steal your heart on Nintendo Switch. That's right. The salt. Persona 5
Royal will launch
Royal.
on Nintendo Switch October 21st.
What's the Royal inside of the name? Is it a different game? Or is it a port?
The ball rolling, huh, Teddy?
Righto! Nice baton pass, Morgana! Okay, everyone, check this out!
Are these the classic Persona? Persona 4? Yeah. Let me see here in the top of the screen.
Okay, everyone, check this out!
Persona 4 Golden. So they are just implementing more than one game. Probably this is a node game. I'm not familiar with the Persona franchise, but it looks like a node game being released too here. Yeah.
Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 Portable are also coming.
3 too. All right. It's cool for the people. I know that the Persona franchise has lots and lots of fans. I should experiment. I should try the game. So they're releasing 3 of the games.
Persona.
And I love when the companies release old games for the companies, for the video games.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, you better thank me because this was a torture. This was the worst conference I saw in the last few years, probably. So many uninteresting releases. 3 or 4 interesting games. For me, 2 or 3. All right. What I think of this? For me, this was one of the worst gaming events in the modern age. Yeah, so many uninteresting things happening. A few good games being presented. More of the same, more of the same, more of the same. Something that I hate is when the companies create more of the same games. Like games that they are new, but you feel like you played it before, or that you saw it before, you watched content about this before. It's very weird for me that in 2022 companies still doing this same mistake that basically was the worst part of the video game industry in the past 20 years. Not 20, but probably 15 years, 15 to 20 years, yeah. And for me, it's just sad that the companies keep doing this. I'm still wanting to know. I know that this wasn't a Nintendo original games thing. It was their partners and so on. But I still not knowing, not understanding, why can't we play the classic Game Boy video game. Because for people from my generation, the 1990s kids, the 2000s kids, I'm from 1995 by the way, the Game Boy was the actual most important game in the Nintendo, from the Nintendo brand. And I still don't see many games being ported. Like absolutely any garbage of cell phone, of smartphone can emulate Nintendo Game Boy advanced games. Why can't Nintendo bring a good emulator, official emulator inside of the Nintendo Switch? I don't know, but I hope they are going to bring this in the future. And until then, we are going to have to just play the NES games, the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Nintendo GameCube is not actually there too, but the Nintendo 64, the Super NES, and these other consoles that most people care not today, or most of the people who are actually going to purchase games to play, that would play for nostalgia, that would give money to Nintendo too, like the old Pokemon games, the old Yu-Gi-Oh games, from brands that actually could release their old games inside of an emulator inside of Nintendo. They could even sell the games inside of the Nintendo eShop, and I probably would say that lots of people from my generation would purchase those games. So this is what I was hoping that appeared here. I don't know if I was too optimistic, but I didn't feel that this event was even necessary. It was so boring. I'm sorry for this video. Actually, yeah. So this will be all for today. I'm Lucas Hyland. If you enjoyed this video and if you want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe, to drop a like, and see you in the next video.